Have you ever wondered, can death send a signal? A signal, not from your mobile tower, not from Wi-Fi. A signal that comes from a place where once you enter, you might never come back. Today, we're reviewing one of the scariest horror movies of 2026, Dead Signal. Watch until the end, because there's a revelation that will haunt your thoughts for a very, very long time. The movie starts peacefully, almost deceptively so. We're introduced to a small, quiet town where people live ordinary, unremarkable lives. Everything seems normal, but then, suddenly, some people start experiencing something strange. A weird signal appears on their phones. There's no number, no recognizable sound, just a distorted, unnatural noise that sends a shiver down your spine. And those who receive this signal, well, they start experiencing one horrifying event after another. The film then takes us to its first horror turn. One of the main characters, like any of us would, initially thinks, maybe it's just a glitch, maybe someone hacked my phone. But the real terror begins when they start noticing a pattern. As soon as that mysterious signal appears on their screen, the lights in the room flicker and go out completely. The temperature drops suddenly, making the air feel icy cold. And then, strange, unsettling noises start to echo from inside the walls. It's at this point that the movie's horror truly begins, and it grabs you and doesn't let go. I have to say, the director's sound design is so incredibly effective. If you're wearing headphones while watching this, you'll feel like something is right there in the room with you, just over your shoulder. But Dead Signal isn't just about cheap jump scares. Its real strength lies in the deep psychological fear it builds. The characters slowly start to lose trust in themselves, in their own sanity. They can tell if what they're seeing is real or if the signal has somehow invaded their mind and is creating these terrifying illusions. By the middle of the movie, we, the audience, start to feel that same confusion and paranoia. And that, right there, is the true brilliance of this horror film. It doesn't just scare you. It gets inside your head. About midway through the movie, a terrifying truth finally emerges. This signal isn't man-made. It's not a prank or a technological weapon. It's a frequency that actually reacts to human fear, to our guilt, and to our darkest hidden memories. The people with hidden sins, the ones with fragile minds, they are the ones it targets. This concept is what makes Dead Signal stand out from so many other horror movies. It's not just an external monster. It's a force that preys on our internal demons, making the horror feel incredibly personal and inescapable. Now, let's talk about some of the most terrifying scenes. And trust me, there are several that are just unforgettable. There's the mirror scene, where reflections start moving on their own when the character isn't looking directly at them. There's the constant dread of the phone ringing with no caller ID, just that static-filled hum. And for me, the most terrifying moments are when the signal appears on the phone. But this time, it's completely silent. The sudden, dead silence is somehow more horrifying than any noise. The movie uses very little blood, but the fear it creates digs deep into your mind and stays there. The acting in this film is phenomenal. The lead actor, in particular, delivers a masterclass in portraying terror. You can see the fear in his eyes, his gradual descent into a state of pure panic, and everything feels terrifyingly real. The director takes a slow-burn approach, never rushing the story, which is perfect for horror fans who love building tension and suspense. Each scene is crafted to slowly tighten the grip of fear, making the eventual payoffs even more impactful. Without giving anything away, the ending is dark. There's no happy resolution, no easy way out. The final scene leaves you with a deeply unsettling feeling, and you might even find yourself wanting to turn off your own phone. The director leaves us with a haunting question. If this signal is real, how safe are you? It's a thought that will linger long after the credits roll. So, for my final review, overall, Dead Signal from 2026 is a strong, effective psychological horror movie. For the story, you give it an 8 out of 10. For the horror atmosphere, a solid 9 out of 10. The sound design also gets a 9 out of 10. And for rewatch value, I'd say a 7 out of 10. My final rating is 4 stars out of 5. If you love unique horror concepts, deep psychological tension, and a type of fear that really gets into your mind, then this movie is an absolute must. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more reviews.